gon' tune in cause it's showtime. Go ahead and call the gang up for the one time. Rap, Phoop, Ryun, got them on the line. And my life's still great, I'm doing just fine. Hands up.
What's up, y'all, and welcome to the Blerd Mob, your hub for all things black and nerdy. I'm your host, Phoop, joined by my co-host, Ryun, and we are here today to give you guys our reactions to the Lilo and Stitch live-action trailer that dropped, it says 3 days ago. What's 15 minus 3? The 12th? March 12th?
All right, man. Good subtraction. Mississippi Public School Districts. Look at that.
Right. I know my math a little bit, but yeah. So I think we talked about this a while back on an episode on why did we need a Lilo and Stitch live action trailer. We talked about how does that look like, given the fact that all of the characters are like aliens and shit. So now we about to see for real how this is about to go down. So let me share my screen.
Let's get it up. All
right. Here we go, y'all. Lilo and Ryun, I just realized I forgot to test to make sure that you can hear my screen. But if you can't hear it, just let me know.
Wow.
I forgot. I apologize.
What type of production quality is this?
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Oh, I can hear it. Let's go.
Apprehended a dangerous experiment. Where is he?
He escaped.
He's trying to find the police cruisers.
He took the red one. What hideous planet is caught in your...
Honestly, the aliens do look good.
Yeah.
Shooting star! I wish for a friend. Like a best friend.
Okay, Lilo.
Oh, was Lilo like 10?
Hell?
So cute and fluffy.
He is your responsibility. Got it.
We promise.
Yeah.
Okay, Mommy.
Down from there.
Look like an angel.
No. Control him. Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, they got this scene.
No. Dogs on the table.
You sure that's a dog?
Yeah.
Rough.
Not rough.
Ew. We are not keeping this thing.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind
or forgotten.
Ooh.
Stitch that.
Sometimes family isn't perfect.
Yeah,
That
you
doesn't mean they aren't good.
Has
That's
she even
close.
washed him while she kissing him?
I don't think you're supposed to drink that.
I have never seen it. I feel like I've seen Stitch in a bath.
Agent Cobra Bubbles, we have a blue dog to catch.
No, wait.
Okay, Pleakley.
No. I'm gonna give you to the count of 3, Stitch. 1.
Oh. Not booty jokes. This is definitely a kids movie. Anytime they throw in a random booty joke, that's how you know it's a kids movie.
I'm not gonna lie. The graphics look pretty good for the aliens and everybody. We are at that time where a lot of stuff can fit into live action.
That was the part I was worried about. I was like, there's hella aliens in Lilo and Stitch. So what is that gonna look like? And I'm glad they started with the alien focus scenes. Like they started with that first beginning scene of Lilo and Stitch. Anyway, just to show you what space is gonna look like. I love now I want to share my screen again. I am.
I wonder if they got a comparison of this between like regular Lilo and Stitch.
This is the exact, this is like bar for bar what that space ship looked like in the animated movie.
It is.
Stitch being in the capsule, even the ship that he escaped on. I know they showed it briefly, but that pretty much looks like the same ship as well.
Yeah.
Right here. So I feel like I'm curious to see, because I like that it looks very similar to the animated classic, but I am curious to see what have they added additional to prove that this needed a live action adaptation.
Well, here's the thing. Just comparing it to something that's in the same boat, that How to Train a Dragon live action. A lot of people are saying, just based off the trailer and everything, it doesn't look like it's going to be much different at all from the animated. I think Disney's now at this point where the live action ain't necessarily got to be an alternative story. They're just recreating what was in 2D/3D and put on the big screen so you can enjoy it differently. That might be what they're going for.
And that's fair. But I also, to me, I want to see this movie, but I would be disappointed if I walk out of this movie and I have paid between $15 and $20 to see this movie, and it's the exact same as the animated format.
Which I get. It's one of those things. It depends on who they're trying to please. Sometimes they just want to introduce an old IP that was really good to 2 generations ago's children, and now they want to show it to this generation's children, and they're assuming that this generation's children appreciates live action. If that's their audience, can't get mad. But if they're trying to make something for the people who watch the animated movie and they want to write us a love letter and say, hey, this is what it'll look like live, and we're going to give y'all a little something extra, they might do that. But I don't know. I don't know what much different they could do personally. Like, Stitch is still a good guy. He still loves Lilo. They go on their wonky adventures. Nami's over here trying to be a good big sister / mama and all this good stuff. They could try to do something real different.
I wonder, because the one thing that I didn't see in this trailer is, so let's talk about Cobra Bubbles when they introduced him. Where is Cobra Bubbles? So we got Cobra Bubbles, and as you can see on the subtitles, he says that we have a blue dog to catch. I wonder if they're changing it, because Cobra Bubbles, if I remember correctly, let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. He didn't start working with the aliens. Like, he's a social worker, and he didn't start working with the aliens until that whole shindig with Lilo being kidnapped and stuff went down, and then they were like, okay, we'll start cooperating with the aliens. But like, he was a social worker, I thought. Was he not a social worker the whole movie?
Maybe this could be further into the movie, or maybe there's a little twist into why he's even looking for Lilo. Maybe he's trying to find
Stitch.
Yeah.
So I wonder if this is just me speculating. This is just me pulling something out of my ass. I wonder if that's gonna be the difference. Because the soul part of Lilo and Stitch, it seems like they're keeping the family stuff, but the big thing on Lilo and Stitch was that their parents were gone. Nani was having trouble keeping a job. So the social worker was like, hey, you don't have any stable income, and we don't feel like that, you're in the proper place to take care of Lilo. And then they threw Stitch in the mix, and which made it even harder for her to seem like she has her shit together to take care of her little sister. And then it was all of the alien stuff. But if Cobra Bubbles is looking for Stitch off rip, which he wasn't in the animated series, are we changing how the family theme of Lilo and Stitch is going to be integrated in the story?
I mean, they could be, or it could just be this is a later scene, or like he is trying to find Lilo to go talk to her, but she knows that she's with Stitch, and because he found a blue fur that's looking for her, like you could be onto something. It could just be the way they did the scene to make it seem as if Stitch is the focus. I don't know. I don't really know.
Yeah. And then
I don't know how different they're going for.
That's fair. I think I'm just trying to focus in on like what's going to be the differences, because if we want to talk about Beauty and the Beast, they added in extra things that made it different from the animated movie. They did the same thing with Aladdin, and those are just me spitballing off the top of my head.
How
Lion
different were they? Because I watched Aladdin, but I couldn't give you a direct comparison to the animated movie because it's not like I paid that much attention.
They gave Jasmine a more prominent role in the live action than they did the animated movie. So they added a lot of additional scenes to show her as more of a character than just being the princess that Aladdin is trying to get with.
And what about Beauty and the Beast?
Beauty and the Beast, they added extra Gaston. The beginning is different. Like that whole big ass fat ass party that they had at the beginning of Beauty and the Beast was not in the movie. And then they gave Gaston some additional scenes, and I think they added an additional scene with like her dad or something like that. But like the animated movie for Beauty and the Beast, because I used to watch it all the time, was like an hour something, and that live action movie is like 2 hours and something.
Yeah. I mean, maybe in this we might get a little bit of Nami and Lilo's parents. We might see more, like you said, into Cobra Bubbles. Maybe we get more of a deep dive into why he's doing what he's doing. Because Pleakley and Lilo and Stitch obviously were like the beloved characters, correct? In terms of like who people actually just really cared the most about.
I like the aliens. Jumba, Pleakley, Stitch.
Yeah. We might get some extended background into them, how they started off before they started going on this hunt or something.
Well, for me, I would say I enjoy the entire cast of Lilo and Stitch. Like, I don't know. For me, I don't know if I can pick favorites. Okay. Let me see if we can find Pleakley. So this is what I've been seeing people complain about on the internet, that Jumba and Pleakley are using human disguises instead of Jumba just wearing a Hawaiian shirt and shorts and Pleakley with his bob.
Even though I see why people would get mad for that to be a 1-to-1, at the end of the day, this is a live action. And if we saw a big alien with glasses, it would be hard to immerse yourself into the movie. If we saw a big shark-shaped alien with glasses on and real humans are looking at him, it's not noticing it's an alien. Yeah, that would deter you from being fully immersed in the movie. It's like even with Stitch, the way he's shaped and he only got 4 legs and he's on all 4s. Yeah, I can see someone saying, "Are you sure that's a dog? He got fur, he got 2 eyes and 4 legs." But
that's the premise of the movie, though. The premise of the movie is him running around acting like he's a dog, and everybody's like, "I don't think that's no dog, bro."
But that's what I'm saying. If you see a big shark-faced character and a big alien dude with a wig on, you're going to look and be like, why are humans looking at this little shell, scaly beast and not saying what the hell is going on?
I agree with that. And seeing it, yes. Am I disappointed that Pleakley not going to be running around with his bob on? Yeah.
You did say that in one episode.
That is hilarious, because that's hilarious to me. That is hilarious that his disguise is this bob, and they just running around in Hawaii acting like they a regular married couple. Like that was funny to me. But
that's I'm surprised they're 2 dudes and Pleakley. I thought that was going to be the alternative, like he's going to be a woman with a bob. And then it makes a little bit more sense.
I think they're a bit upset about that too, that they not letting him take on his feminine personality. Now, I mean, he could still. Now we can get into the movie, and this human man disguise that he has could be a little. He could be a little feminine. We just don't know that yet. But I am going to stand 10 toes on it. I wanted to see Pleakley with that bob doing his thing, talking about, yeah, I'm a regular resident of Hawaii, because that shit is funny to me.
I'll even say, what if, going off a limb, maybe like I think we see the outfit malfunction this time. What if like at some point in the movie it actually is a woman with a bob and this was just a temporary fit here?
And that's fair too. That's what I thought about afterwards. I was like, maybe this isn't the only human disguise that he takes on.
Exactly.
Like this might be a funny little thing of him just proving that he can switch between people, and they accidentally show themselves too. Because there goes the snow cone ice cream guy. That's when he dropped his ice cream, seeing them aliens and stuff.
Exactly.
But going back to your point, I agree that it's a bit more realistic that they would disguise themselves as humans if we're going to say that this is a live action instead of him just walking around with this big one eyeball and a wig on.
Yeah, that I don't see why people would get mad, because I'm like, that this is literally what they mean by it's hard to transfer a book to a show and a 2D show into a live action movie. It's just a little difficult because some stuff just doesn't realistically work, and you're going to see it and it's going to be cringe.
Yeah.
You're not going to see that alien walk around on the beach and nobody turn their eye and be like, haha, that's exactly what would happen in real life. That's not how you're going to think. It only works in a cartoon.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's why I was saying at the beginning of this conversation is that what changes are they going to make to justify that this needed a live action?
Mm-hmm.
So what things are we going to notice when we sit down and watch this movie that we're going to notice is different from the animation and be like, is that because the translation, we had to translate this different, or you guys just did this for shits and giggles?
I think a lot of it, I mean, it's entertainment. I'm gonna be real. I think a lot of it is just for S&Gs, but at the same time, I'm not mad. I enjoyed Lilo and Stitch. I enjoyed Aladdin. That's why I watched Aladdin live action. I'm not much of a Disney fan, but this is one of those things where I did enjoy it. So I'm like, yeah, I'll check it out. I ain't got nothing else to watch in the theaters at that time.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this. I think the biggest thing, I think the best thing that Disney could have did while promoting this movie was showing Stitch first. And I think I said that when we first talked about this, because I feel like the Sonic situation traumatized the industry on bringing animated characters to live action. Like that situation was crazy when they first released the live action design for Sonic.
And I like it. That is one of those situations where, yes, vote with your money, and I do appreciate social media, because I feel like, and y'all go back and watch our recommendations list. I was talking to King about this. When it comes to how some people can talk smack on social media about a franchise, if the bulk of the audience is aligned, they will adapt. And now we got a good looking Sonic. I didn't even watch the Sonic live action, but everybody need to see a good looking Sonic.
Yeah, and because of that, then Tails looks great. Knuckles looks great. I watched Sonic 3. Shadow looked great. There, the next one's gonna have Amy in it. She looks good. Like, but going back to Lilo and Stitch, that was the best thing they could have did for marketing this movie, was showing Stitch first, because he does look good. And then now the aliens look great. I'm not mad about the Pleakley design. This is solid how everything looks. Yeah. I'm glad that everything looks the way we expect, or I won't say expected it to, because I didn't know what to expect. I'm glad that it looks as close to the animated classic as possible.
I feel like if you get a room of all the fans of Lilo and Stitch who were like, oh my gosh, I want Disney to do a live action. They do so many live actions. Let's do Lilo and Stitch. I would bet money that at least 80% would say they appreciate this. This trailer, I feel like 80% would say they appreciated this.
Yeah. I think we're 50% of the way there. Like, because at first it was like, why are we doing a Lilo and Stitch live action? But now you see the trailer, and it was like, okay, this doesn't look bad. Stitch doesn't look bad. The aliens don't look bad. This doesn't look like it's going to be too far off from the animated. So, like, I'm halfway there. I just need to see the rest of the movie.
Exactly. And shout out to Sonic for leading the way. Now, whenever these 2D, 3D movies get live action adaptations, now Hollywood is going to try to make the adaptation true to form.
Nah, y'all have put the fear of God into these movie studios to make sure that these adaptations come out correct.
It's about time. It's about effing time.
I know people complain, and people have always complained. I'm not going to say that Sonic was the first instance of people complaining, but I think the Sonic instance was the first time of like it was that they really had to delay that movie and go back and fix it. Like they was like, okay, y'all, we really have to fix this. Like this is bad.
Yeah. And look, God forbid, now when it comes to, you know, these culture wars and stuff going online, God forbid that Nami and Lilo weren't Hawaiian women. That would start a whole nother argument. Good job. Y'all found some Hawaiian girls and made it work. Shout out to y'all. Y'all did a good job on that.
Yeah. I think that would have
both sides of the spectrum.
I think if Disney wasn't going to go that route, I would definitely say don't make this, because like the heart of this movie is Hawaiian culture. So for y'all to turn around in 2025 and make this movie and not include it in your casting was going to be crazy to me.
And if this is an American-made movie, Hawaii is down the street, well, across the river. It's a state. Y'all telling me y'all couldn't find 2 actresses that were in Hawaii who were capable of doing it? Forget race swapping. Come on, Hawaii's in America. Y'all ain't got no excuses. Different. This is a movie about China, and y'all are trying to find a lot of people who are native here. Y'all did a decent job.
Yeah,
y'all pissed off both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. So, that is our trailer reaction and discussion on the Lilo and Stitch trailer. Let us know how you guys felt about the trailer and our theories in the comments. For more trailer reactions, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button down there. Like this video. And follow us on our social media platforms. We're on Instagram at the Blerd Mob Pod. We're on Twitter at the Blerd Mob. You can find us on Facebook and TikTok at the Blerd Mob Podcast. And with all that being said, Ryan, thank you for joining me for another trailer reaction. And this is the Mob checking out. Peace. Or like, I would want to see, because it sounds like the brothers are back. They came back in town. I wonder what their reputation was and like what their occupation was to lead the gang of vampires to come and find them.